Stop calling Spider-Man Brand New Day great just because it's Spider-Man. Because one of us walked out thinking Marvel just put Spider-Man back on top, and the other thinks people are giving this movie a massive pass. We're talking the story, the villains, the biggest WTF moments, and yes, we're going full spoilers because by the end of this debate, someone is going to have to defend an absolutely insane take. All of that today on the Shenanigans Podcast.
Welcome back to the Shenanigans, guys. Jeff is here full time, as you can see.
I'm telling you, last video I said it, and I'll say it again. You're never getting rid of me now.
So, here it is. Big spoiler warning ahead, guys. Spoilers. Throw that spoiler effect on the screen when you edit this, Jeff.
Sure.
Just flashing spoilers.
Big
Do
spoilers.
not watch. If you have not seen Spider-Man Brand New Day, do not watch this video unless you don't care about spoilers.
Me personally, I'm the kind of guy where I like spoilers because I kind of like knowing what I'm going into. But hey, y'all had a week. You had a week to see this movie. All right, I got it in. And if I can get it in a week's time, you can get it in a week's time. So it's spoiler time. We gave you enough time off to go see this movie. And here we go. Here we go.
We're going to start right off.
Tommy, take it
away.
Let's
just start off with our out of 10. I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10.
What is your grade, Jeff?
I'll give it a 5.
Oh, what's blasphemy?
Give it a 5.
Blasphemy.
I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5, and I'll tell you that. I'll tell you why later. I want to hear why you think it's so good. Why do you think it's so good?
It is, in my opinion, the second best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. Very close behind No Way Home. That, to me, I think we all know the 3 Spider-Mans showing up. That was probably the one thing that keeps No Way Home above it for me. I loved everything about Peter's little bit of man spider story that we got. That was awesome. Jean Grey, kind of happy for that because it is not who you think we would get as a mainline X-Man. So I mean, I don't know how you would pronounce. I don't know if it'd be X-Man or X-Men because it's only one person. But I like it being her, and we don't just start off with Charles Xavier. My first take, though, too evil off the rip. I don't know why she hated Peter. That did not make a ton of sense to me. Yes, Peter was working with Department of Damage Control, but he was just taking down criminals. He wasn't torturing people like they were. Spoiler alert, Jean Grey's not the bad guy, guys. She was supposed to look like the bad guy, but she's not the bad guy. We all know it's the DODC. They're going to be the ones hunting the mutants. I think that's plain as day. So I do think she came out with a gripe against Spider-Man for no reason, which I didn't like. But I do like that he eventually gets through to her. Obviously, it's a Spider-Man story. Always forgive. Give people second chance, yada, yada, yada. That's the Spider-Man motto. Best web swinging I've ever seen in a Spider-Man movie as well. I think that's probably a general take across the board. I beg to say, better than Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2 on the web slinging. I have matured, though, because maturing to me, it's a take that I heard that makes a lot of sense. Tobey's actually the worst Spider-Man out of the 3. And
I'll go with that.
There's just no question about it.
I'll go with that.
Again, Tom Holland proved why he's the best Peter Parker and the best Spider-Man. Needless to say, he hit every emotion as both those characters. Spoiler here, we got the inhibitors, so we know that's going to lead into them trying to stop the X-Men and all that good stuff. And we did get big, massive Raging Hulk. That was great, too. We didn't have this smart Hulk that we had in Endgame. We finally got to see Spider-Man and Hulk in their actually meeting, I guess, for the first time, because he's never seen him as, Raging Hulk. And Punisher, excellent job by Punisher. I'm not going to lie, I did tear up a bit when he shot Spider-Man. I thought Peter was going to die there, and I got real scared. That was probably the scariest moment. And I also have been seeing too, with his hospital stay, there's a deleted scene. If you've seen Daredevil, you know the nurse from the original Daredevil series. Rumor is there's a deleted scene that she's the one that actually cares for him in the hospital, and that's why he's able to hide his identity. Because that was another thing that I'm like, you bring him to the hospital, they're going to have to take his suit off, they're going to know who he is. But I guess if he's not in the database, because no one knows about him, he's just a John Doe at that point at the same time. So that I think could have been a little more clear at the end. But other than that, I think every part of it was good. There wasn't too much in terms of bad or ugly. But I was kind of surprised they made Jean as evil as they did off the bat. But that's how you make her seem like the villain.
You good?
Why do you give it a
good?
5, sir?
Okay.
I'm good.
Listen. First of all, why did we rush through the villains? We rushed through Scorpion. We rushed through, what was it, Tombstone? We rushed through the Ninja Clan, the Foot Clan there. We rushed through it, and
The
turns
hand,
out
yep, the hand.
turns out we're working with the Department of Damage Control.
I did forget about that. That made no sense to me either. No sense there. That made no sense.
Half this movie made no sense, Tommy. Half this movie made 0 sense. Because we get the first, 10 minutes, he's fighting the hand that we see in the trailer. They're jumping up at each other, which is a cool little virtual effect.
The fight scenes were fantastic.
We see Tombstone. Nice to see him actually look like the character. He gets wrapped up real freaking quick. I understand we're doing a montage of how Spider-Man is New York's greatest hero, this and that. I did like certain points. I did like how him and Frank, I like their little tete-a-tete that they do. Because that does bring me back to a few of the Punisher Spider-Man crossover books that I've read. I love Frank. I'm a big Punisher guy. I admit that, but let's face it, he does a great job. He does a great job as Frank.
John Bernthal's fantastic in that role.
I can't wait to see him in the Odyssey. I like him as an actor in general. Even in The Bear, he's great. The show. Watch The Bear on.
So I've seen season, I think 1 and 2, but I haven't gotten to where he's in it yet. I don't think
he's good. Frank's great. Sadie Sink as Jean. Because she has red hair, we're just gonna make her Jean Grey. I'm not sure how this X-Men whatever is going to pan out, because so far, why was she, I agree, why was she so bad, and why is it okay that she was so bad? Why is it okay that she jumped mind to mind, she was a teenage girl, she's just dealing with whatever, it went her way, she's upset about her sister, who is not a mutant to begin with. We're just going to throw that out there real quick. She is not a mutant to begin with, folks. Actually, she shuns Jean in the original X-Men canon. It's called canon for a reason. I understand Disney decides to make its own rules and everything, but you kind of got to keep things normal somewhat. I did like her going up to what I'm assuming is Westchester County to go find Xavier, if that's the place she escaped from. Jean, I don't know. There was just something unlikable about Jean Grey, who I get why she was the first to come out. I get that, because she is Jean Grey. She's the strongest mutant next to Apocalypse, which is why she's the only one as the Phoenix that can defeat him. So having Jean come out first, but having Jean come out as this really nasty person is not okay with me. I'm sorry, it's not. And I know you agree with me on this one, but she was too nasty. Why was she manipulating the Hulk to the point where she wanted Peter to die at the hands of the Hulk? I did find her kind of funny when she was inside Frank's body, giving a little toodaloo to Spider-Man. The effects were cool with her jumping around from mind to mind. And it's kind of like that, what was it, Stir of Echoes? Or something like that. It was a serial killer movie back in the day that jumps from body to body. That was a cool take on it. But why is she so bad? Why is that okay? Why is it okay to change characters whenever you feel like changing characters, and other movies change characters to help the narrative, and that is not okay. Also, I have vouched that Spider-Man is a sad story. Spider-Man is a very sad story. Uncle Ben
Yes.
dies. Everybody ends up dying around Peter or getting captured around Peter. So Peter's sad. Good to have that in now, but how come we didn't do that 4 flipping movies ago? How come we didn't do a Spider-Man again? I have said it before. You don't need Uncle Ben dying every time we do a reboot, soft reboot, hard reboot of Spider-Man. We don't need that, just like I don't need to see Krypton explode or the Waynes die at the same time ever again. But there's no mention of that. He's just a happy-go-lucky kid who swings around on webs. And now he's Tony's best friend. And now he's going with that. Hold on.
I beg to differ on that.
And now he's Tony's best friend. And everything's good. But now he's really sad. So he asks Strange to save the ones that I love. Mainly this really bad actress who plays MJ. Can't call her Mary Jane, apparently. Who plays MJ. Zendaya is terrible. I'm sorry. She's absolutely terrible. She's absolutely terrible.
What?
She's so unlikable. It's so... Get her off my screen. Get her away from me. Okay? Because she's so blah. Every line is blah. It's just so blah to me. Have a little acting chops to go out and actually, deliver the lines with some feeling. Deliver your character with some feeling. You're in love with freaking Spider-Man. Okay, and you look and go, yeah, that's neat. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
she has no idea who he is.
She did before. She did in the other 5 freaking movies they had this kid in. And now, every movie she's like that. She mumbles her line, and then she walks, and her facial expressions don't change. I understand you're some angry city kid for some reason, but you're in love with Spider-Man. And she did it in this one too, when Spider-Man came bursting through her window through the fire escape. She went, yeah, okay. She knows there's a reason she wants to go with him. I'm going to go with that. Just like Ned looks at Peter a little differently, like, I kind of recognize you, but I don't know from where. So there's a little, when you're that close to somebody, like the 3 of them are, especially Ned and Peter, one little thing will come out. And, oh yeah, you're my best friend. There's something you know about him, but there's something you don't know about him. But the way Ned came in and acted when he first met Peter, believable. The way she looked at him went, boo. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. And I'm sorry, the man spider thing came and went out of nowhere, and I choose to be both Spider-Man and Peter Parker at the same time. Yes, we get that. We get that. But you're like morphing into an actual spider now. I really thought we were going to get some man spider, or they were going to kind of finagle some way to make this the symbiote or whatever with his black eyes, and we got none of that. It was just, we rushed through. Now we're going to do all this talking about this Jean Grey character, and now we're going to be Man Spider. Well, we're not Man Spider, but now we're just kind of making this movie to get Jean and the X-Men talked about and now alive in the MCU. Again, for me, I liked the movie, but a lot of it seemed like we're just going to focus on doing the Disney thing and just ramp up to the next movie and to the next movie. If you're going to make the movie, I liked it. It was on the plus side for me for a lot of these MCU movies. But at the same time, if you're going to make a Spider-Man movie, then make the Spider-Man movie. Don't make it about Jean Grey. Done.
So I understand. I also don't agree. I don't agree that the X-Men should have been introduced with Spider-Man. I don't, because there's no real ties between Jean Grey and Peter Parker.
None.
But I don't necessarily agree that we should have done that. I think this movie will make more sense after Doomsday.
But why do we have to wait till after Doomsday? Why can't we just make it sense now? I'm watching the movie now. No, Daddy, I want it now. The movie make sense now. I shouldn't have to see 8 movies for the last movie I just saw to make sense.
The reason they're doing this is because
it's the same bullshit they've been pulling for 20 years, Tommy. Stop it. Make a movie.
I don't think we're gonna get Spider-Man in Doomsday.
I don't care if we get Spider-Man in Doomsday.
That's why we jumped ahead 4 years at the beginning of the movie.
So wait, hold on. You're telling me this movie takes place after Doomsday?
I think it's going to take place at the end of Doomsday.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Then make Doomsday first, and then we make Spider-Man. Let's make this cohesive.
Things don't have to go in order. Look at Star Wars. They started with number 4,
which is why. Okay, listen. Which is why the first 3, or at least 2, episodes 1 and 2 suck and were boring, and then the last 3. Episode 1's freaking terrible. We'll get to that
Episode
later.
1's amazing.
It's a whole waste of 3 hours.
It's not. We
don't need to see Anakin flying around his pod racer for 2 hours of the movie. We know he's gonna win. We know that. Spoiler alert, if you go see Miracle, the USA beats the Soviets. We know that. We know that. We don't need to make movies that happen after movies that are coming out in December. Make it cohesive.
So I think this is just my perception of it.
What?
We had to jump. I think we had to jump ahead. It couldn't be immediately after No Way Home.
Why?
I think we did need to go some time.
Why?
Because we've got to prove that these people have not known who he is for a good amount of time, and you have to build his reputation back up. You can't just be like, oh, No Way Home, but here's Spider-Man.
But
I don't know where
he's
suddenly
do
a hero.
It after Doomsday in the timeline? Why can't we do it in the timeline order?
I'm not the director, sir. I don't have an answer for that.
Come on!
But that's I'm not against any of that in terms of placing them at different times. Because if this took place right after No Way Home, everyone would say, why have we not known about mutants for the last 20 years that we've been making
That's
these movies?
Also my question. I understand there's IP issues. I get that. But how come we didn't know about the mutants this entire time? Or is this going to be some stupid Thanos' snap created the mutant X gene type of thing? Or have they been hiding the whole time? We know the mutants do not get involved in the little ongoings of the Homo sapien world. We know that. Scott has said it in the comic books. He said in the real Civil War stories, not the 5-on-5 in a parking lot with a half court that they made in the movies. Scott says, you don't help us, we don't help you. But why then how come we didn't know about the mutants? We knew about Wanda.
And that, again, that's IP issues. That's a big part of it, like you said. Also, can I just say, Yelena, best cameo appearance in the entire movie.
She didn't do anything.
She's amazing.
She sat in the bathtub.
This is small potatoes. Avengers do big potatoes.
She's not an Avenger.
She is an Avenger. She is a new Avenger.
I'll do Avenger my ass. You're not Thor.
Yelena is possibly the best character in the MCU right now.
They put her in this movie because she's good looking. And it got all of you all excited because you want to see what's under that water.
No.
You want to see what's under that water. I did laugh.
I would say since Black Widow.
Listen,
since Black Widow, she's been great.
I did laugh when Peter came out with just the towel and his Spider-Man mask on.
Yeah, that was it. And they lifts his feet up out of the water.
Yeah, now I'm floating because I'm just a dumb kid. And that's great.
I fucking love
that
it.
is very Peter Parker. Leave that in. I really think, and this is my plus for the movie, this is why it got a rating as I gave it, because they made Peter. They made a Spider-Man movie, but they rushed through the Spider-Man movie. That's why it doesn't get any higher than a 5 for me. I mean, maybe I just like movies that bomb terribly at the box office. Maybe that's just my thing. Because I loved Fantastic Four. I think
Fantastic Four has left a bad taste in people's mouth. That's why it bombed at the theaters.
I love Fantastic Four.
Oh, I loved it too, but the past 2 iterations have left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth.
For fuck's sake.
I have friends that are like, I will never pay to watch a Fantastic Four movie again. I will watch the new one. You'll change your mind.
You know what? I often watch my movies on the streaming services, and this is why. This is why. Again, the same reason I probably shouldn't have gone to see Supergirl in theaters. I didn't want to pay the money for it.
Fair.
Because, again, another bad movie that changed everything. Spider-Man, this isn't a bad movie. I will give you that. This is not a bad movie. This is not Homecoming. I hated Homecoming. I hated Homecoming.
I thought you were saying Homecoming was better than...
No,
than
God, no.
Homecoming
was just filler crap. But again, they made this filler crap. I don't want the filler. And why is the Hulk mean again? I thought him and Bruce lived in cohesion. Why
no, because his brace broke.
He didn't have that in Endgame. They were cool with each other.
I want to say it's explained in She-Hulk.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I got a She-Hulk.
I mean, it wasn't a great show, I'll be honest.
Who wants to watch She-Hulk? It's kind of like Iron Fist. It's kind of like Iron Fist. Did anybody actually watch Iron Fist?
I know people that did, but I didn't try. I haven't tried. I haven't watched that. I haven't watched Luke Cage or Jessica Jones. I haven't watched any of those.
If they're looking for a soft reboot of the universe, which is what I think they're trying to do with the newer characters.
Well, yeah, they're going to do a full reboot with Doomsday and Secret Wars. That's what it's going to be, down to one straight timeline again.
Well, I don't want anybody but Tony Stark being Iron Man. I like my shit the way it is. Leave it cohesive. I shouldn't have to see She-Hulk to explain to me a small piece of Spider-Man that came out 4 years later. Why is Bruce bad? Maybe get to that. The inhibitor thing. I understand we need the inhibitor chip.
Well,
hold on. It started back with Dr. Octopus and Tobey Maguire, which Spider-Man 2 is freaking fantastic. The inhibitor chip, I understand that because that's what it's going to control the collars that they put on the mutants when they put them in jail. I get that. And could we have thought of a better name than the Office Department of Damage Control?
They had to keep it from
damage control. I expected Bailey to come dance. I expected Bailey to come dancing out. Damage control. Really? This is the Department of Homeland Security. This is the Department of the Treasury. This is the Department of Damage Control. Why? Think of a better name. Be more creative. Come on, Feige, think of it.
It's right after the Sokovia Accords. You know, we gotta control the damage.
Everything's after the Sokovia Accords, Tommy. Sokovia Accords happened back in Age of Ultron, for freak's sake. I only had 2 kids back then. I got 4 now. I mean, make a cohesive movie. I really liked all the Spider-Man stuff. I wanted to see more Spider-Man stuff, even with his terrible acting girlfriend. A little more of that. But actually, her best part was when Jean Grey was in her head.
That was to me, that
actually sucked me in. I'm like, whoa, hold on, she knows him. Oh wait, that's Jean.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just bad. That's mean, man.
We went from Jean walking an old man in front of a car to pretty much assume his death. They don't verify it. Yeah. I'm assuming that man died because that car was not driving slow.
No.
And then I'm like, well, that's fucked up. Like, why is she just killing innocent people? And then she did the shit in MJ's mind. I'm like, that's going too far.
That was mean.
That's going too far.
That was mean, bro. That was like
Peter even says that's unforgivable.
That's unforgivable.
And then of course it's Peter Parker and he forgives like he always does.
Yeah, because he's Peter and he's a nice guy and he's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So good.
But I think this is going to be something that I want to say is going to be between Doomsday and Secret Wars somewhere, because like in the end credit scene, we get that new Spider-Man signal on Ned's app. I did see an image where it's paused when it starts like skipping and you get all the lines and everything. If you pause it, I think the number is like 26893 or something, which is Toby's universe.
Okay.
So I personally think that's going to either be Toby or Andrew.
Wait, we're gonna go rewind real quick because we're running out of time here. But we're gonna rewind real quick. You said something about Toby Spider-Man being the worst Spider-Man. Why?
I think
Because I agree with
nostalgia
you.
is
I,
a
I
hell
agree
of a
with you.
drug.
I agree with you.
Nostalgia is a hell of a drug, and he was our first Spider-Man.
It was the first big
But
movie.
correct, and I think nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I
I'm with
do
you.
think so. All right. I'm going to say overall he's the worst in terms of playing both roles
No, he was terrible.
because I think Andrew was a better Peter Parker, but not quite as good of a Spider-Man. But he's a way better Peter Parker than Toby was. And I think part of it is Toby was like what 35 when he's trying to play a 16-year-old kid.
About yeah, him and what's her name were like in their 40s or something.
Yeah,
They had
like
kids
why are
already.
we like if he was younger, I think it would have helped his case. But the man was like 40 playing a 16-year-old kid. Like
What didn't help was his acting was freaking terrible. And I mean that because, and I'm not saying that to be a dickhead. We went back and watched the first Spider-Man with him and Green Goblin. We
yep.
watched Amazing Spider-Man. I would like to watch Spider-Man 2 again if somebody will let me. Because Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus is outstanding.
Yeah.
He's the acting is bad. The acting is bad. I don't think he fully grasped the character. I don't think he needed to be a shocked teenager with superpowers who is in love with the redhead chick. That's what he needed to be. I really feel like Andrew Garfield understood a little more of the assignment, even though they kind of changed Peter to be some kind of wise ass skateboarding kid, which is fine. It was good for the time. You
Yep.
also finally got the love interest in chronological order with Gwen Stacy, and then he marries Gwen. Gwen dies, and then MJ shows up in the comic books, at least.
Yeah.
So I get that. But I agree with you. Toby's probably the worst.
And that's not saying Toby's a bad Spider-Man.
He's all right.
Like somebody's got to be number 3 out of 3.
Yeah, it's Toby.
You know what I mean? It's got to be somebody. And I'm not saying that Spider-Man 3 was terrible,
Oh God, no.
but the first two were good.
No, we don't.
Just like TASM 2, I think TASM 2 gets a bit more hate than it should, but it's still not a great movie.
I think the villains carried Toby's first 2 movies.
100%. And we haven't done that with the new Spider-Man either.
Because he doesn't have any bad guys, Tommy.
The worst part is Spider-Man has the best rogue gallery
He
probably
does.
of any comic book hero.
And they ripped through 4 of them in the first 5 fucking minutes. Why? Scorpion's badass, dude. He's so badass. Dr. Octopus is the king. Well, second next to Doom. But he's a badass man. That's why I liked Toby's movies. You had Willem Dafoe as
Green Goblin,
Norman
which is
Osborn,
great.
Green Goblin, which blew me. I think he was nominated for a whole bunch of awards for that one. And then you had Alfred Molina, who played Dr. Octopus, Otto Octavius, which was also outstandingly fantastic. But Holland doesn't have any bad guys. I mean, they go with Garfield. They start with Lizard, which is okay, fine. I don't remember who's. Harry. Electro.
Yeah.
Jamie.
It was
Foxx
Electro.
was
It was Electro, Sandman, and Lizard were in the second in TASM 2. I'm pretty sure.
No, it was Electro and Harry's Goblin because Norman's dead.
But I could have swore Sandman was in that too.
Sandman is in Spider-Man 3 with Toby.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I knew there was 2 or 3 that were in TASM 2, and I was like, again, agree with you that we need to dive into his rogue gallery.
Yes,
because he has the best villains, and that's why he's always been my favorite hero. The rogue gallery is better than anybody.
Anything bad that happens inside the MCU comes from Oscorp. Just like anything bad that happens in Gotham comes out of Arkham. It's just the way it is.
Yep.
It's the way it is. You need to have the evil conglomerate working against you, Spider-Man. So, I don't know. I think I should play a Spider-Man villain.
I mean, I would love to play a Spider-Man villain.
That'd be rad.
I mean, they hired Topher Grace to play Venom. Hell, I could play Venom if that's the case.
That is something we will not. We cannot discuss. That never happened. It never happened.
It
Never
did,
happened.
and it was terrible.
It never happened.
I do think we'll get the symbiote suit in Secret Wars, though.
I don't know.
I think we will.
I'm okay if we don't see Venom.
I would like to get Venom because I want Eddie Brock in the MCU, and I want Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock in the MCU because I really like the Venom movies.
Oh, God. That's a whole other video.
Yep, we can rewatch those and talk those too because I thought they were pretty damn
I
good.
didn't even see Venom 2. I didn't see Venom. That's how much I disliked Venom 1.
Wow.
Tom Hardy's was okay. I'm okay with not having Venom since we haven't had any actual bad guys for Spider-Man anyway.
Yeah, we can build up to him.
Whatever. It is what it is. All right, that's my take on it. You got anything else before we wrap up here?
That should be it. Feige, give us the rogue gallery, please.
Feige,
we got 2 more Tom Holland movies. Give us some villains
anywhere. I don't care where. I don't care who. We haven't had a concrete villain since Age of Ultron. In any of these movies. Come on. Fing Fang Foom? That doesn't count. The giant mythical dragon doesn't count, dude. That doesn't count.
I mean, we had Galactus and Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And Silver Surfer.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'll go with
that. Agreed. The Thunderbolts didn't really have a villain, but it was a good movie nonetheless, but there was no main villain. It was just Valentina. But I mean, I guess she's been a steady villain since I believe that was Captain Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think.
Gotcha. Okay.
Was where she debuted, and she's always been kind of a known bad guy. But other than that, yeah, like I said, I give it 9.5, second best Spider-Man movie of Tom Holland's.
5.
But let us know your score in the comments, guys. Click that subscribe button. We've been getting a few subscribers are going up. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Jeff, you got anything else?
Nope.
All right. As always, we shenan once. We will shenan again. We'll catch you in the next video, guys.